the shot. Thank Tom Hanks. Thank you for your service. Eating this repulsive looking thing that they really like hold on him doing it. And I'm like, thank you. We appreciate that because that's nasty.
I love sardines. I'm not even mad. Like I was like, I would probably enjoy it. I'm a weirdo. I love like a German snack, a pretzel and a sardine. Give it to me. I'll do it.
I no, well, can't do it. That's all right though.
You're not a fish
But it
person.
no. Welcome to Horror Movie Survival Guide, Disco Citizens, the podcast where gorehounds
And best friends, Terry Gamble,
and Julia Marchesi break down a different horror movie each week,
exploring a multitude of genres, subgenres,
and subgenres,
classic and cult,
international,
and underground flicks alike, determining which films are the goriest,
and offering up horror movie survival guide tips
to help you stay alive. Hey there, Disco Citizens. Welcome to another fine, fabulous episode of Horror Movie Survival Guide. I'm Terry, and I'm here with
Julia. And this week we're talking about 1989's The Burbs. The title of this episode is Neighbors from Hell, and the tagline for this movie is He's a stranger in a strange, even stranger land, Suburbia. This was written by Dana Olson and directed by Joe Dante.
Yes, we love you, Joe Dante. Hi.
We do so much. And that we got shooting on the Universal lot, so we see some houses that we know and love. We got Leave It to Beaver's house in there. We got the Monsters house in there.
It's
I do
Wisteria
have
Lane as well. It's where they
yes.
shot the music video Smash Mouth, All Star by Smash Mouth. I went to tour guide school, so like I remember that street very well. A lot of
And
things are shot there.
Gremlins and
Everything, yeah. It's the Cul de Sac that is just of dreams.
Now I do have some alternate universe casting for you.
Okay,
And I think that both of these could have been very interesting. For Rumsfeld, instead of Bruce Dern, we could have had Gary Busey, which I felt would have ratcheted up the insanity notches quite a few in this movie.
already
And then,
crazy, but yes, could absolutely see and support that, and see them
like,
chompers like just like
mhm.
chomping at the bit on that. Yeah.
And for art, we could have had Rick Moranis, which again I feel like would change the entire dynamic. It would be kind of a funner movie, maybe. I feel like because I feel like there's a clash between those two characters, and I feel like if it was Rick Moranis, it would feel more like buddies, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, it depends on which way Rick Moranis goes, because he could also go all kinds of I mean, Spaceballs and, like I mean, he's a wild one too, so you never know what kinda character he's gonna give you, so, but yeah, they could be a little more peas in a pod maybe, yeah, would be a different
So
vibe.
we have this little cul-de-sac where on the surface all looks idyllic, nothing is wrong, everybody's happy until Tom Hanks starts hearing some weird noises and seeing some weird lights at the house. The new neighbors who just moved in, who he has not seen them, does not know, mysterious.
Yeah, they seem nocturnal is what we find out. We also get our sweet little Corey Feldman playing Ricky, our neighbor kid, the teen kid who just he can see underneath the surface, you think. I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah,
he's seeing what's going on." Like, he sees that there's some shenanigans on the street. He's checking it out.
but he
But
likes
he's
it. That's the reason he
yeah,
likes being there. He's like, oh, there's fucked up shit going on. This is great, right?
he
Like that's
calls it
his
the
whole
show.
thing. Uh huh.
Yeah, he's always inviting his friends over to, like, "You wanna come watch the show from this time to this time? Because I can guarantee there's gonna be some stuff going down around here this time." And so he, is calling his people over, which is just hilarious. And his little entrance is so cute with his little sunglasses, his little rock star entrance on the porch, like, putting on his little music, and you're like, "Oh, he's getting
Mm-hmm.
ready to hang out and have a good time out there." Like, he's the happiest character in the movie. Like, I love
He
him in this
definitely is.
movie.
Uh huh. Yes, so much fun. So we also meet Walter and Queenie, who live, and then Queenie is a tiny little poodle, and
Just
Walter
like a
lets her
Bichon
go.
Frise little poodle. It looks like my brother's
Mm-hmm.
old dog. Anyway, rest in peace,
Uh,
Coconut. Anyway,
aw.
little white fluffy dog like that. Mhm.
So Queenie has the habit of going to the bathroom on Rumsfeld front lawn, which he does not like at all. So
And
Bruce
Rumsfeld is an
Dern,
old military vet. So
yeah.
he's got this stern, literally Bruce Dern playing a stern military vet. And he's got his American flag he's gonna put up, every morning he walks out and does his little ceremony and he notices, or he doesn't notice, his wife notices that Queenie has left a deuce on the yard for him and he steps in it and he is pissed.
Meanwhile, back at Tom Hanks's house, he is married to Carrie Fisher. They have a
Oh.
son, RIP, a son who is eating Gremlins cereal, which we see in the background. We love that. And he is on vacation for this week, and she is trying to tell him to leave and get away, and he just wants to relax around the house. And she doesn't understand, why would you not want to get away? And he's like, "No, no, it's relaxing here. I just wanna, like, hang out in the pajamas, watch some football,
Well, she's
do
like, "I
the."
wanna go to the cottage. We go to this place, and we go to the," he's like, "Then I have to drive 4 hours in the car. I gotta," like, it's that thing of, like, it is kinda that thing sometimes, like, I feel like when you wanna go on a camping trip, and then it's like, that means you have to bring your whole house with you.
Yeah.
You gotta pack all that stuff, you gotta pack everything that needs to go out there, and sometimes it can feel relaxing at times, but all the stuff you gotta do to get it set up feels like you're resetting up your house someplace else, so I
Yeah.
understand, like, the impetus of, like, being like, "Honey, we got everything here, I'll fix the barbecue, we'll hang out, like, we'll have vacation at home." And so he's ready to do that, but she really is not on that trip with him.
So, the neighbors from hell that we are talking about, this is the Klopeks. They say no one comes in or no out. There's no deliveries at all until we see Courtney Gaines coming out of that one day, looking scratching, looking not like a good human,
He looks like
like
he's
a.
never seen the sun. He, like,
Mhm,
has, like, where you can, like, he's, like, so he's redheaded. He's an amazing actor that I also love. He's the one, for those who don't know, he's the one in Can't Buy Me Love, was one of my favorite characters. He says, "You shit on my house. You shit on my house." He's that guy, and he's so
mhm.
sweet, little sweet redhead, but so his skin is
Malachi
so.
from Children of the Corn, of course, as well.
Yes, and his skin is, like, so white, you can see, like, the blue veins in his face. Like, that's how, like, n no sun he's, like, seen. Like, he's, like, you can literally see, and so he's also got these, like, crazy little mutton chops. Looks like his teeth have never been brushed a day in their life. Um, and he just looks like something out of Deliverance or something. He's coming out of that house. And this is the house on the block. It's like the house that looks like the witch house. Like, it looks like the
Mhm.
monster's home. It's got, the yard's unkempt. The house looks like it's in disrepair. Looks like it needs a lot of work. And every other house on the neighborhood is like shiny and glowy and like cute and like pastel and like whatever that version of the 80s is, it's that. So they're very anomalous, but they do see his little face poke out for a hot second. They're like, and everyone is outside going,
Yeah,
"A
the whole
sighting, a
neighborhood
sighting."
sees. So Art,
Mhm.
finally pokes Ray enough that they decide they're gonna go up to the door to say hi, but when they go to ring the doorbell, a cluster of bees fly out, and they both get stung a whole lot.
Yeah, and, like, the porch has a hole in it, and they fall in through the porch, like, a whole bunch of like, a series of unfortunate events happen, and
Mhm.
when Ricky says, "Yeah, I tried to go over there too," we find out there was, like, some weird, like, foaming at the mouth squirrels that came after him, so he's like, it feels like the whole house is, like, either cursed or, like, booby-trapped. But this sets Art's, like, head kind of reeling. He's got this theory about this place and about the suburbs in general, and he's like, I can tell you about this guy, Skip, who used to be out here, and, he was a soda jerk, basically, and he, worked, selling ice cream, and seemed like a very sweet guy, but we find out he killed his whole family and buried them in the basement, and was actually and then went right back to serving ice cream, and he has this whole thing, and he's like, scaring everybody about it. So he's really getting everyone's brains churning about what could be happening in the new neighbor's house.
So Art, Mark, and Ray decide to go snooping at night to go over to see what is going on down there. They hear like explosion down there. There's clearly something coming out, like ash clouds and stuff. So we got the with like puts the Cordy Gaines is like very suspiciously putting something in the rubbish bin at night that everybody sees that they feel like is a dead body because they
But he
see
also
blood
what
coming
he
out the
does is
side.
he gets in his car first and puts,
Yep.
the garage door comes up, so like, "Oh, there's movement." Doesn't turn on the lights on the car, so it looks suspicious because he doesn't turn on the lights, right? Like, you don't want someone to see, but he only goes as far as the end of the driveway, yanks out something that looks squishy and looks vaguely like body parts or a body maybe, as he
Mhm.
stuffs it into their like metal trash bins out front. And they have like the old timey trash. Everyone else's trashes looks beautiful, and their bins look like they've seen better days. And so he gets a hammer basically. It's like trying to smush everything. Yeah, it's very scary.
But that means that we get a delightful scene starring two of Joe Dante's favorites and two of our favorites, Robert Picardo and Dick Miller, as the garbage men having a argument before even anybody else comes in. They're already arguing, having Picardo and his little like I don't know, he's such a it's so cute.
He's basically trying to get Dick to join a cult. Like, he's
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, the laying of hands will heal you, and it'll be amazing." And he's, like, trying to sell him. It's just this moment, I was just like, "This is also hilarious, just this microcosm." I would love a little movie, obviously, I love a side character.
Sure.
Um, and especially these guys, I was like, "Oh, I wanna know more," because 'cause he's got, like, a rainbow on his,
Yeah.
like, patch, like a happy looking patch, and, like, a cute little, like, I think I have the same hat. I feel like I almost have this outfit. I could probably cosplay this. Um, he's got like the little like train conductor's hat with like the little
Mhm.
rainbow patch on like his coveralls, and I was like, oh, he's like a shiny happy person, and Dick is not that. Like he's
No.
like the curmudgeon to his shiny happy person.
Yeah, he says, "I hate cul-de-sacs. They're only one way out and they're weird." But some
Yeah.
of the neighbors come and start going through the trash because they wanted to find that body, but there's not anything, and they're just like covered in trash, actually laying in the back of the garbage truck, which makes me feel really gross.
And they keep coming out there and they just throw out the trash and they're like, "Well, who's gonna pick it up? The garbage guys are like, "We just pick it up and throw it in there when it's in the bin. We don't do that when it's like just out willy-nilly on the road. Like that's up to you guys." So they end up leaving all this trash. It stays out there the rest of the movie.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Though? Like in front of these people's house. I'm like, no one's gonna help clean this up. Like you guys are just animals.
yeah,
You know? So they notice that their neighbor Walter seems to be missing. Queenie is found by Rumsfeld's wife, hot wife, by the way.
yeah.
All her little outfits.
I
Um,
know. They know what they're
she's
doing with those outfits.
Oh yeah, and so she finds Queenie, who's dirty and looking a little mess, and that's kind of upsetting because Queenie's like pristine all the time. So they're like, "What happened? Like, where the heck is Walter?" So of course they're going to jump to conclusions immediately about Walter being maybe abducted by their new creepy neighbors.
Because Art he is convinced they're Satanists, and Walter was the sacrifice. He says, Satan is good, Satan is our pal. So we have Ray idly flipping through the channels, watching a series of movies that happen to be about Satan, including Mark of the Devil, The Exorcist, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. And then we have our great nightmare sequence where he is strapped to a giant BBQ.
Just getting roasted, and then all of a sudden, we have Art playing Skip, the guy he's talked about, the soda jerk he talked about. He's like, I'm actually Art, but I'm playing Skip in this your nightmare," like, and comes out, like, with an axe, and, we see Walter and Queenie with the axes in their little heads, like, so there's, like, all this vivid, imagery he's getting, and you just realize he's losing his mind a little bit,
Mhm.
because they also went through Walter's house that day, and they found his toupee, and they're like, that man would never leave anywhere, like, without his toupee. He obviously got abducted, so that's also, like, the clues that they're finding along the way are, like, making them jump to even more conclusions. So, he comes to and realizes he probably needs to calm down. But he's Carol, that's Carrie Fisher, gets him to, like, calm down. She's like, "You know what? Don't go out today." The guys try to get him Rumsfeld and Art kinda ask him to come out to play, basically, like, "Can you come out on an adventure with us? We wanna try to figure this out, solve this out." She's like, "No, no, no, boys. He's home today. My man is staying home. My little Tom Hanks is staying home. He's gonna rest." So he goes out to his backyard and hangs out in his backyard in his little lawn chair, tries to take a nap. But of course, he's gonna get interrupted by Art, and Vince the dog his puppy is going to find a particular bone of a particular size that might be a femur. A human femur.
Oh, human fever. Yeah, they Art and Mark do write a write a note, ring the doorbell, and run away, writing a note saying, "I know what you did." But then Ray's like, "Well, he'll think it's me." He's like, "Yeah, but it's fine." He's like, "No, but he'll think it's me. Like you've implicated me. I didn't do anything. I was sunning in the backyard. Like ridiculous."
Yeah, the repercussions, and so the ladies find out that this has been going on, and you know what? The girls are like, "You know what? We are gonna use women's diplomacy." So Carol and Mrs. Rumsfeld decide that they're gonna assemble a friendly coalition to go across the street. And so they drag their husbands with them. Mrs. Rumsfeld makes some brownies. She's like, "I'll make brownies." And she brings a plate of brownies. They get to the doorbell, but of course, again, the doorbell is in that whole front porch is constantly cursed. Mr. Rumsfeld falls into through the cracks, drops the brownies, and the ladies
Which they
just
offer
barge
to them
in
anyway. They're like floor brownies. They're now like, "Well, made your brownies. They're covered in dust now. Yum."
and leaves and just disgustingness. But
Yeah.
Hans is our Courtney Gaines. He lets them in, and we meet Uncle Reuben, who is brother Theodore, and a wild. I went down the rabbit hole on this guy because I was like, wait, he's been in a bunch of stuff randomly, but
Yeah, what is
also
his
like
deal?
he was a monologist, like did monologues and like from like the 30s and 40s, like throughout the years.
Huh.
He survived the Holocaust, like
Wow.
incredible man. Had this long like life of like working, but he retired for many years, but then he got brought back around this era and started doing some stuff. There is a documentary that was made on him because he influenced a lot of like comics and a lot of people with his like stories and how he would
Hmm.
just live his life. So anywho, just remarkable story. Look him up, Brother Theodore. And one of our friends of the show, Jeff Brawn, he's an artist. He does amazing illustrations. I've given you, I think, his Vincent Price prints before, and he did a David Lynch. I think I've given you as well too, Julia, that he's drawn. But he has a picture of Brother Theodore that he had. I remember seeing his face, and I was like, I know that face. That's Brother Theodore. And I was like, Jeff Brawn, beautiful. If you need an illustration of Brother Theodore, for those out there, it's a face that it's like that it's a face.
It
He's a
is.
character face if you ever character faced.
Like he
So,
you know what he's
mhm,
thinking? He doesn't even have to open the mouth. It's all written on the face, right?
that's why he uses it. Usually posted at the end of the Jeff Braun usually posted at the end of the year being like, "Well, another year."
Yeah,
That's
there
how
it
it
is.
was.
So, this is Uncle Reuben. They offer them some snacks of sardines and stale pretzels. The shot, thank Tom Hanks, thank you for your service, eating this repulsive looking thing that they really like hold on him doing it. And I'm like, thank you. We appreciate that because that's nasty.
I love sardines. I'm not even mad. Like I was like, I would probably enjoy it. I'm a weirdo. I love like a German snack, a pretzel and a sardine. Give it to me. I'll do
I
it.
I no, well, can't do it. That's all right though,
You're
because
not a fish
but it
person.
no, but it gives him a sneezing attack, which is crazy. But they
Or
thought he was
a
poisoned for a moment.
sneezing attack, quote unquote. I think he has a fake sneezing attack because he's able to spit the food into while he's sneezing. He grabs some paper, like some packing paper
Mm,
next to him and spits the food into it. So
okay.
it's not a real sneeze attack. He is doing it to obfuscate and get rid of the evidence of food in mouth because he does not want to eat it.
But the doctor, his brother, who has been working in the basement, the infamous basement, finally get to meet him. Comes out, Henry Gibson, little man with scary eyes, shaking hands with Ray with a bloody glove, and like didn't even try to hide it. There it is. Wow. Okay, that's things just got even more awkward than they already were.
Yeah, and he's in his, like, smock, like his Texas Chainsaw,
Mm-hmm.
I've been cutting up bodies, like, vibe and smock, and I love Henry Gibson. Can I just shout out he's one of my favorite actors from Nashville and, like, Robert Altman stuff and everything. Anyway, big fan, but he's perfectly cast as a creepy little person in this family. Um in the meantime, though, we've got Art crawling around the backyard looking for tools and also looking around on their property. So we've got somebody still snooping while the friendly coalition is there. So this could be problematic as well. And they make terrible small talk with everybody sitting there. It's all silent, silent, silent practically.
Yeah, it's
Where the girls were like, "We're
super.
gonna come in and it'll be great." And then they come in and they're like, frozen.
This is beyond us, beyond us. Ray spills his coffee and takes the opportunity, goes in the back where he comes out later, showing them that he has found Walter's wig at the Klopex and a stack of magazines, and now the suspicion rises. The clues amount.
Yes, so they're like, "Well, then the body's gotta be somewhere if they have his hair. Why do they have his hair that we found? That means they went back in the house somehow." And so, the toupee traveled, and so, they are on a mission now to find the body. And so the Klobeks drive off, which they rarely do, but they all drive off together, with their dog as well. I didn't realize they even had a dog in the house too, so they all leave down
A
Wisteria
giant
Lane.
dog.
A huge dog. Yeah, he looks like a hound of hell. So I
Mhm.
was like, "Oh, so that the negating the, looking like Satanist allegations, not working." Like, they still
Yeah.
are looking pretty much like everything they do in addition to whatever's happening, like, I could see them just getting all the evidence of like, hound of hell. Okay, great, great, great.
Mhm.
Um, bloody handshake. Great, great, great. Okay, we found Walter's toupee. Great, great, great. Like, everything is just not is adding up to that they did something bad. So Ray tried to get rid of his family because he knows if he's going to do real investigation, he wants them to be safe. So he sends Carol and his son and their dog like away. He's like, please leave. So they sends them out to go, do on the vacation that Carol really wanted. Ricky phones all his friends. He's like, shit's about to go down. Y'all need to
Mhm.
show up. So he throws like a big old pizza party for all his friends to come over and like a rager to watch the show that's about to happen across the street. And Art decides he's gonna cut off the electricity to the house so that they can do what they wanna do because the family, the Klopeks, had a bunch of tripwires and, like, a whole security system around their house, and so they gotta cut off that security system so they can get to business.
Yeah, but of course he does not know what he's doing, even though he's like, "Oh, no, no, I know what he's doing." And they're like, "No, he doesn't know what he's doing," but he says he will, and he gets electrocuted really bad, so bad that his fillings are hot and his fingernails turn black. And I'm like, ooh, ooh, that's not good, my friend. You are
He's
already a
like, "I'm
little,
fine. I'm fine. I'm fine."
you
You're like,
were
"You are not fine."
you were a few decks short of a fucking cards before, man, and now I don't even know like what the deal is. But they're just
And he's
gonna
been left to
now.
his own devices all week too, because his wife did go out of town. So it's like, "Oh, no." Like, he doesn't
Those
have
poor
anybody to
men who
help
like
stop him.
these poor men who like they can't survive without their wives. They're just kind of like stumbling around like a pinball in a machine. Like I don't know. Maybe I eat
He's
this thing. I don't know.
Yeah, he's one of those men for sure. And so they decide, to divide and conquer a bit. So they're checking the holes in the backyard because they've been seeing these guys digging at night. And so Ray realizes this is a kind of a really awful task because like these holes are pretty deep and they're not finding very much out there. So they're like, you know what? Let's go the opposite way. Let's go inside first, go check out this basement and see what's down there, and then maybe work our way back out here. So they
Mhm.
try to break in, and it's like, again, it reminds me a little bit of Bitch Ass that we covered it last month, and, like, where they were trying to, like, break into the house, and they're like, "Can you break in?" And they're like, "I don't think you
No.
can do it." And
No.
these guys try to get a credit card and, like, try to, do it, and, Ray immediately breaks his credit card trying to break open the lock, but then he just decides to punch the window and, break glass and just go in anyway.
So they go into the basement where they find a giant furnace, which they think is super weird, but don't really put two and two together. Like this is a way bigger furnace than anyone would ever need in a house. It goes to 5,000 degrees. This is a very like it's not just heating this house, it's doing something. What is it doing?
Yeah, and they have,
Suspicious.
like, 400 batteries or whatever, 40 batteries, like, attached to it as well, so it's, like, giving it extra power beyond what they were getting from the grid as well, so it's, like, generator plus furnace, and it looks like the
Mhm.
Mangler machine a little bit. It reminds me a little bit of that
Oh
we
yeah.
covered last year for Stephen King round, like,
Mhm.
the, like, kind of old-timiness of the machine and, like, how it's, like, that machine's gonna get you, like, that machine looks haunted. You see, like, a bunch of rats in the basement and stuff too, so it's just, like, it's got that creepy, like, "Oh, it's alive," kind of basement vibe, right?
Uh-huh.
Um, some mad scientists have definitely been down to work down there. I love we get cut to, Bruce Dern as Rumsfeld on top of the roof trying to stake out. He's As much as he seems like he went to war and was a soldier, he seems very bad at it now. He's sitting there
Uh-huh.
up there eating his animal crackers, looking like he's not very perched up very well, which is just adorable. I love that moment. And, he ends up falling off the roof when he's talking to the neighbor kids that come by, Ricky's friends, and almost, like, shoots himself, but ends up shooting a car his car, and it just doesn't go well. And so
No.
he's just not doing well as the lookout for this operation. They're all bad at
And
their jobs.
and just when they think that Walter was definitely sacrificed to these people, he returns with a
Yep, he's
nurse.
home.
Yeah, he's fine.
But he's looking a little worse for wear. It looks like he was
Uh-huh.
sick, and so he's, like, got a little walker. His family's bringing him back. Turns out he had some heart palpitations the other day and was not feeling well, and that's where he's gone off to. But Ray is still digging in the basement, and, Rumsfeld tries to radio the guys to let him know, like, "Dudes, he's home. Like, please stop. Abort mission. Like, you don't need to look for his body
Mhm.
anymore. He is home."
But he
And
digs so
so
deep, he
mhm.
hits the line, and now they have seconds to run out of that house before it explodes. So now their stupid little Snoopy mystery has turned into burning down an entire house.
Burning down the house. Hey, hold tight. Anyway, I feel like I'm just trying to get every David Byrne moment in all these episodes right now. So Carol gets home in her sweet, sweet station wagon to see her husband's been exploded. The old man's home, and we find out all these things that Art's still yelling his conspiracy theories, even though, it's happening. But then we get the monologue that I think
Oh,
that
yeah,
Tom Hanks got cast for right here. This is Ray
definitely.
giving the Burbs people monologue, where essentially it's us. We are the weirdos that we think everyone else is. Look at us. We have lost our minds. We made all these conspiracy theories. This guy was probably just a regular doctor, and we made up all this stuff about them because they are different from us. We are the ones that are weird. We are the ones that are the problems. And it's a great monologue. Tom Hanks doing his thing, doing what he do in this moment.
Yep. Yep, and, he just puts himself in the ambulance. He's like, "Okay, I'm ready." Okay,
He throws
done.
the gurney from outside into the ambulance and throws himself on top of it. He's like, "I need to go. I need to go." Like, he basically commits himself in this
He's just,
moment.
like, face down on the thing.
And
Done.
Carol's like, "Okay, honey, okay." Our dear Carrie Fisher just doing also what she does really well of being like, "Honey, okay, I will follow you with the car with follow the ambulance wherever you go, like,
Yep.
long-suffering wife, like, clearly you're gonna need a ride back real soon," is what she's saying. Like, she's like, "I'm not gonna even get in the ambulance with you. I will follow you because I know you're gonna need a ride home."
But then, plot twist, guess
Mhm.
who's driving that ambulance? It's Hans.
Hans.
And now the doctor says, "You saw one of my skulls, didn't you?" And so now, Ray they have a tussle, a
Yeah, the
ambulance goes,
doctor and him yeah. The Dr. Klopek, little Henry Gibson, is fighting with Ray. And so much so that they send, of course, the ambulance goes off kilter and ends up going right into Art's house, the front of his house. So now they've smashed their house. The
mhm.
whole cul-de-sac is a mess at this point. Um, but they're able to get out of there and Ray makes it out.
Tussling, flying down the street with the on a gurney, tussling with the doctor, and we find out that the trunk of the car of the Klopex is full of skeletons.
It's bodies, bodies,
So
bodies, bones, all these bones, evidence in the back of the car. So Art is like, I was right. I was right. Basically, he was right. Hans tries to get away, but Rumsfeld grabs him. They citizens arrest these guys. And Art gets really excited because he's like, Geraldo's gonna come. We're gonna do all this stuff. We're gonna be famous. He sees like the gleam in his eye now. And you're like, oh no,
yeah.
guy.
So we weren't sure if this was a true horror movie or not, but now we know they've just been killing people for a long time, burning them up in that furnace. And how do you end a movie in the 80s any better than with a Corey Feldman fourth wall break saying, "God, I love my street."
God, I
Ah,
love this
Corey.
street.
Seeing him be
Yeah.
a joyous character like this is lovely because he doesn't really get to play joyous characters very often. I feel
No,
like they're
he's still
kind
literally yeah, he's kind of us in this movie, right? Like, he's the audience because he's literally,
yeah.
watching everything in the neighborhood every time and commenting on it and, like, thinking it's hilarious and being like, "These people are buck wild. I love them." And it's adorable, so we get his little face straight to camera. I love that, and he's so cute. And, of
I
course,
was
Art's wife comes home and she's like, "Our house is on fire?" Like, it's like you get the all the little it gets all wrapped up very nicely, so
It is
very
so
cute.
cute. And there was, I think last year, the year before, they were showing the Burbs at Vidiots, and Joe
Mhm.
Dante was there, scheduled to talk, and Corey Feldman just showed up. It's just like, "Hey, I'll
Oh,
talk to
yeah, is
you."
that where you got a picture with him? You got to talk
Uh-huh.
to him, meet him? Oh my god, I
Mhm.
love him so much. Shout out Corey Feldman, I love you. I know you're probably not listening to this, but I still love you, need you to know it, I'm putting it out into the universe. What an
Hey,
amazing person, and your
let's
biography
ask him to.
choreography his biography choreography, highly recommend if you have not read it. It is
Hmm.
so good. And for those of you I know we don't wanna always talk about news, but if you're reading about the files lately, he goes into that stuff in his book and was very candid about it, and I'm so grateful that finally people are listening to him again too, because he's been shouting about it for a long time, talked about his best friend Corey and what they all went through together, and I think it's a really important thing, and I just really respect him so much, so anywho.
Yeah, we love you, Corey.
Yeah.
So, how do you survive the Burbs? I I think this one's a pretty easy one. You pretty much just mind your own business, right?
Yeah, but then when you find out your neighbors are actually burning people in a furnace down below
But
and
maybe you wouldn't ever find out. That's the point, right? Like, if you
yeah,
just, like, mind your business and then you're like, "Okay, there's
but
weird
that's the
smoke," but, like,
Burbs.
yes, that is the Burbs.
That's why people move out there and they want their own space so they can do whatever they want, whether it's good, bad, or ugly, you know?
It's true.
You make your weird sex dungeon room, you make your weird whatever room, you know what I mean, though, in your house. You just do it.
Alright, so, gore factor. 1 is not enough blood to fill a Dixie cup. 2, a puddle of blood. 3 is enough blood to gross out the average viewer. 4 is a bathtub of blood. 5 is one for the barf bag. What do you think for this one? There's not a lot of gore, right?
I had
He gets
5.
exploded.
This
5.
stuff got ex I don't know why I had 5. I wrote 5 for some reason when we talked at the beginning.
I don't have
Um,
anything written down
that's so funny.
because we got a pile of bones and we
We
got
got a
Tom Hanks
pile
being
of bones.
exploded, but I don't feel like this is a bloody movie.
You're right, it's
So,
not really
1
very bloody. There's just, like trying to think.
1 or
No,
2?
there's just poop. Look at me going back.
I can see
Yeah,
the
maybe
wheels
1.
turning. Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. One
Yeah.
for bones and viscera.
Yeah. And Viscera because it is Viscera for sure. All right, sweet. Um,
Chainsaws?
yeah, I'm getting to chainsaws. I'm just thinking about all these things. And also just because I was just gonna be like, people think freaks live in the city, but it's the freakies are in the burbs. That's where it's at. Because
Mm.
people can hide better in there. You can hide in plain sight there.
Here,
Um,
but the real deal, Terry, is that everybody's a freak. Everybody is, right? So it doesn't matter where you are.
I'll be a freakazoid. Come on and wind me up. Chainsaws. One, if you're desperate. Two, barely qualifies as a horror film. Three, seen worse, seen better. Four, not too shabby. Five, fantasticorical. I love this movie. I'm gonna give it a four. Not too shabby. I think this is a silly thing, and I'm so glad that they are rebooting it. I can't wait to watch. Haven't watched it yet. The TV show as well. With Kiki Palmer, the reboot that they just did on
Yeah.
Peacock. So yeah.
It's a 4 for me as well. I think it is a super fun movie. Very 80s, very Tom Hanks going for it. You got your Corey Feldman. You got everybody having a good time.
So many
Very
great character
clearly.
actors, a cavalcade of character actors. Brewster and eating animal crackers alone is worth watching this movie, I feel like. It's so
I
cute. That
know.
moment just to get to that, I was like, "Oh my god, are you kidding me?" Like, the layers, it's
I
great.
know. Big man eating small crackers. Very, very cute. And just nibbling the head off very daintily.
Ah. And
So
Carrie
if you
Fisher just being hot in, like, the Nightmare Dream segment as well, like, I was like, "Oh, Princess Leia, go. Let's go." Like, just
always
hottie with a body, just
t-
beautiful.
tell us your thoughts on this film. And if you recommend the new show, you can talk to us on all of the social media things. And I'm also on 2 other podcasts, one about Stephen King called The Losers Club, one about JodoWOWsky called JodoWOWsky. And I also have 2 films out of print. And I Know What You Need. And if you would like to watch Know What You Need, let me know. Out of print is streaming.
Yeah.
And
I've
we got
watched
Patreon.
it's on my TV's favorites.
Woohoo. We
Yes,
got
you can
Patreon. We got
Patreon,
Teespring.
Teespring merch. You can hit us up on all the things. Like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. I hope you have a beautiful week and hope hope your neighbors are nice to you and hope you're nice to your neighbors and nice enough where you don't have to know the bad things they're doing, just the friendly things. Okay? How about that? Keep
Yeah.
it friendly, folks. Have a wonderful week. Bye.
Thank you for listening. Horror Movie Survival Guide is independently produced by Terry Gamble, Julia Marchesi, and Sierra Ryan. Hey, that's me. If you would like to support the show, find us on patreon.com/horror movie survival guide.